wait for the wobbling. Hi everyone, my name's Michelle and I'm Mama Loves You GB here on FlossTube, but also over on Instagram and Etsy as well. Welcome to the Sunday morning briefing. It is Sunday the 30th of June today, and I know that because it's my good friend Paul's birthday. Now he'll never watch this in a million years, but that's not the point. Happy birthday, mate. Hope you have a good day. How's everyone's week been? It has been all right. Yeah, it's been all right. We had an inset day on Friday. I had a meeting on Wednesday, so it's been a little bit different to normal. I've also realised I've worn this purple hoodie in quite a few of my videos recently, and this is my response to the summer conditions. I have chosen a slightly lighter hoodie, and that is all I've needed. And it's not even lighter necessarily in weight. It's just a bit lighter in colour. It's just more of a summery colour. Other than that, there is nothing to write home about the weather. It is raining at the moment. It is raining. I don't know what to say. I'm just hoping for a glorious August. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you. I have just reached 13,000 subscribers on YouTube, which absolutely blows my tiny little mind that so many of you are interested in hearing me talk about cross stitch and samplers and reproductions and antiques and all sorts of different things. Because there are days when I struggle to keep 30 people engaged, so let alone how I'm managing with 13,000, I don't know. So thank you. And I do have a rather special giveaway. In fact, let's do that at the moment. Let's do that first off. So this is to celebrate 13,000 subscribers. Now I was sort of ferreting through the boxes that we have, you know, just these random boxes that we seem to have left over. And I found two of these. So to commemorate 13,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away two of these. Now, for those of you who are waiting on official news of these, I do have the lady, the button queen who made these for me in the first place, is going to make them and is going to retail them for me. She is still waiting on the blanks of these. So it is still in the pipeline. I haven't forgotten about it, but I know that there are people wanting to get their hands on these. So if you would like to enter for the giveaway for this, and I will post these anywhere, I'd like you to use the word button, please. If you use the word button, then I'll know that you want to be in for a chance to win one of these. You do have to be over 18 so that you can legally give me your address, because I will need to post these out to you, and there will be two separate winners. Okay, so two separate winners, one each. If you'd like to enter, use the word button. So what I've been up to this week. What have I been up to this week? Let's have a look. Let's insult the diary. Where are we? Here we are. So this is what June looks like. I've had a finish this week, and my mum has had a finish this week as well, so I've got that to share with you. And I've had a new start, and I've worked on some of my sals, all sorts of stuff. So let's have a look and see what I've been up to. Now, I have a finish. This probably won't come, just throw that over there, as any surprise to you, because I was pretty well on the way with this last week. But this is by Blueberry Ridge, and this is called Autumn. Now I bought this from the Talking Dog Stitcher, and I mentioned Rachel's shop last week. She is doing a raw in trade. I do have a little code that gets you 5% off orders over £10. So the code is MOMA5, and down in the description box I've got a link, which if you use that, it just shows that you've kind of come from me, and it gets me a little bit of a discount as well. So, or a little bit of commission, should I say. I loved stitching this. Absolutely loved it. I stitched it with a cottage garden thread called terracotta. Now, the reason that I finished it so quickly is because it was kind of touch and go as to whether I would get the whole thing done with one skein of thread. Now, the skeins are bigger. They are 10 meters, and I thought I brought it up, but I haven't. I finished with one single strand left, not a strand of 6, one single strand. So I think before I attempt any of the others, I may very well buy 2 skeins of anything else that I'm going to thinking about using, because it was a bit too close to call. And it got to about, I don't know what time it was, I probably got to about 11 o'clock at night, and I was stitching it, and I knew I was close on a finish, and I knew that I couldn't go to bed until I'd finished it, because I would be too worried about whether I had enough thread to finish it or not. So I ended up finishing it about 1:30 on a school night, because I just had to know. There's a couple of personalisations on there, but hey ho, that's what it's all about. And I don't think I've forgotten anything. I've had a good look through it and I can't find anything that I've missed, but one more look. And I do want to get on and start the winter. And Rachel said that she is getting the spring and the summer in soon. So I've kind of already chosen some threads for those. So I loved stitching that. Throw that over there. Right, what else have I done? I have done, I've ironed these all as well, get me. I have done a little bit on the Love Poppet stitch along. Now this is on a very pale piece of green from West Green Loft Yarns. Now there is actually another whole piece been released. I've suddenly got behind again. Probably because I was too busy stitching autumn. So I've got the rest of this piece to stitch over here, which is kind of like lots of hollyhocks and foxgloves and things like that, all the tall trumpety ones. And then on this side, there is another big lot of flowers that come up here. Now you can't buy this pattern at the moment, but once the sale is finished, it will be released. So Claire will release it. But do go along, whoops, drop that. Do go along and have a look at Claire's website in the meantime, because she's got so many gorgeous things on there. And it is blowing it out quite a lot, but it is a really lovely pale green. So I did a little bit more on that. And I also did a little bit more on the Blue Flower Summer Valentine. And this is the Blue Flower Summer Valentine. It's beautiful. Love, love, love. Now, I am going to have to do some unpicking, because this otter here, her body is 1 row too long, because these 2 waistbands are supposed to match up, which has made her feet 1 row too long. So she's cutting and touching this bit of greenery here, and it's just bothering me a little bit. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm not going to take it right back. I'm going to take it back up to sort of one of these rows here and just move everything back up so that her feet aren't touching the greenery here. So I finished the wording, except for a tiny bit of the word "the" there, which is just how I roll. And then I've got this greenery here, and then it comes round there to sort of form a heart shape. Now, did I bring the pattern up? No, I didn't. Oh well, it looks like that, but finished. So hoping to get a finish on that soon. And I think I've got a frame to fit. That one. And then lastly for my stitching, because I do have one of Mum's, as I said earlier, I started, where is it? Oh, there it is. What I showed as the freebie last week, which I'm stitching and joining Flossie Sews and Grows and Sew Me Sarah with their 50 Starts for 50. And it's Light by Barbara Anna. And I decided to start this one. Now, just to show you that things don't always go to plan, I had chosen a slightly more unusual fabric called Old Man Emu Bush. So we're back on the Old Man's Bush again, by Fox and Rabbit. And I started it, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. One of the things that I love about this chart is the reds and the oranges of the fox. And when I put the threads, and here are the threads, got a right old conglomeration of stuff here. When I put the threads up against the fabric, the density of them in the skeins really looked great. But on 36 count, when you're using one strand, it just didn't work. So I had to ditch that, and I'll pick that out at some point. And I started it on a piece of different fabric. Matters as much as I can tell you. It is different fabric. I've got a feeling it's a 38 count by the way it's stitching. And I may even have dyed it myself, but I don't know. I was just having a ferret through the box and I found it. It could be 36 count, that's just a bit tight, but usually when I dye them, they don't, because I tend to use cold water, they don't tend to change count much, but this feels a little bit tighter. So this is where I've got to. And I think it looks much better on this fabric because you can see the different colours. Now I've changed things a little bit. It's charted in DMC and I've made a few changes, mainly because I didn't have them and just thought I would change things up a little bit. So the blue that is the main vine work is old blue jeans. I then switched out one of the oranges to just rust, mainly because the two oranges that was, well, the red and the orange that were suggested didn't have that much difference in between them. So I did change it to just rust. And then the dress colour is kind of like a purpley brown, which I didn't have in DMC, and I didn't have anything in a fancy floss either that really suited it. So I changed my mind completely and I went for Classic Colourworks Auntie D, which is a really, really dark purple, but it's got this bright royal blue in it. But I'm cutting that bit out. I don't want the bright royal blue in the dress. I just want the really dark purple. So, oops. So there's not much to cut out, and I think there'll be enough just to do the dress. But I really like it. I really, really like it. It's a nice stitch. So a lot of people are joining Sally and Sarah with this particular stitch because it's a freebie. A lot of people have signed up to do it and to join in with them. So do get on with it. If you've been thinking about stitching it for a while like I have, do join in with them. They started it on June the 26th, I think. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be going for quite a while, because starting 50 projects is one thing, but finishing 50 projects, that is another altogether. Right, so that's a freebie, but I've also got another, in fact, I've got another 2 freebies for today. The first one is by the Laurel Witch. And this is a Frida, it's called Little Inspirations Frida, and it's a little tiny Frida Kahlo chart, which I just really, really liked. I thought it looks fabulous. Now she did a lot of these sort of little women, but they were mostly witches. That's partly why she's called the Laurel Witch. And so there were lots of different types of witches, and she had a cross-stitch shop, an online shop. And she's moved away a little bit from that, but is coming back towards it. So when you go onto her website, there are other cross stitches on there that you can buy. Oops, that was my post-it note falling down. There are other cross stitch patterns on there that you can buy, but she started doing some freebie ones. Now, when you put this in your basket, because it's one of those ones that you have to put in your basket, it prices up at £5, but then when you check out, it reduces it down to free. And I think it's free until, I want to say, the 20th of August. But I will check and put that across the bottom. I'm sure it's the 20th of something. It could be July, but I think it might be August. So I'll put that across the bottom. So if you want that one, go and get it sooner rather than later. I'll just pick my post-it note up. the unstickiest post-it note in the world. And then the other freebie that I've got, the reason I put 2 in is because I'm not 100% sure whether you're still going to be able to get this one, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. There is a shop on Etsy called the Raven Coven, and that's all their information there. I'll put the details down below. And they do kind of like slightly witchy, spooky stitching. And I really, really like some of their designs. If you sign up to their website, if you sign up to their newsletter, every week or couple of weeks, they send you through an email. And attached to that email has got probably 2 or 3 different freebies on it. So this was the one for the last newsletter that they sent out. And the reason that I say I don't know whether you can still get it for free is because obviously if you join up to their newsletter, you might get onto the next newsletter, and in which case it might be some different ones. But they're not very expensive anyway. I think they're like £3 or £4 anyway. But I love this one. I had this one in my basket actually from Etsy as one to purchase, and then when it showed up in the email as a freebie, I downloaded it pretty quickly, and I just love this. It just makes me chuckle. They're called Dancing Witches. Monochromatic. For some reason I really want to do this in dark green, but I don't know. We'll get there. I think it would look fab in red as well, actually. Or maybe put him in red. Do everybody else in black or dark green and put him in red. It is it going to give me... I didn't print out the whole chart. I only printed out the bit that I needed. It looks like it is 170 by 100. No. 150 maybe. So it's sort of circular, but not quite. Yeah, 170 by 150-ish. But I thought that was really fun. It would look great finished in a hoop. Love, love, love. Oops, it's on the floor again, that thing. Never mind. Right, a couple of other things to show you. I have got my Historical Sampler Company Stitch Along box to unbox with you. I have not opened it. All I've done is I've taken the sort of tearaway tab off the cardboard box, just because I knew that that would be a bit too noisy, and it also had tape over it. So I went at it with a steak knife. I don't know about you, but I find steak knives very useful for lots of things. They're very good for taking the backs off samplers as well, and they're very good for unboxing samplers when they first arrive. A steak knife and a Leatherman normally gets you anywhere you want to go, I find. I remember when I lived on my own back in the Cotswolds, I once shortened a blind using a steak knife. Yes. Don't ask me for any DIY tips. Right, I have got the winners of the Crowsfeet stitching giveaways from a couple of weeks ago. Oh, this thing. I'm going to look and see. Right, I've done everything on there, so I don't need this anymore. Can go. There we go. You can stay on the floor now. Right, let me come closer. So these are the winners, and I've written them on the top so that I cannot forget. So the first one is Sarah Footit, 1821, and this is won by Alison Bangery, HT100. So I will put your comment up on the top there. If you can drop me an email or DM me on Instagram, something like that, send me a carrier pigeon, and I will get this, or get Ruthie to get this over to you by PDF. This second one is Hannah Mary Schofield, 1867, and the keyword for this one was chicken, and it was won by Char J57. So again, I'll put your comment up there, and congratulations. This one, the summertime cushion, was won by Alison Caron Flying Free. You're trying to kill me, Alison. Alison Caron Flying Free. So congratulations, Alison, you've won that one. And last but not least, because it was probably the most popular, I think I had more people use the comment magpie than any of them, and it was this one. And the winner of this one was at Britches Get Stitches. So Britches Get Stitches. So again, if you'd like to comment, send me an Instagram comment or send me an email and I will get these out to you. Now I can't wait to do this one because I really, really like magpies and I think that is amazing. You can get these all from Rosie's. Rosie? Who's Rosie? Who is Rosie? You can get these all from Ruthie's store, from Crowsfeet Stitching. I think I tried to put Ruthie and Crows together and came out with Rosie. I don't know how my brain works sometimes. There are days when I actually marvel that I've got through the day. So you can get these all from Ruthie's store on Etsy, Crowsfeet Stitching. Go and have a look at those. She's got lots and lots of others. Beautiful, beautiful designs. You'll love them. Right. I am going to do one little piece of haul and then we're going to have a look at this Historical Sampler Company box. Now, before I forget, I've done a boo-boo. I forgot to show you my mum's finish. It worked its way down my pile. This one, she's finished it by Scattered Seed Samplings. Isn't that fabulous? Isn't that fabulous? I love it. I love this, as I said. I think I do that as a little scissor fob and then I do this bird here. Maybe to go in that art-shaped frame that I showed you last week if my Light by Barbara Anna doesn't fit in there. So yeah, she finished that one. This is a piece of 16 count Milk and Honey by Fibre on a Whim. Beautiful. I love these Scattered Seeds stitches. There are so many beautiful ones and you can put together a really, really nice display really quickly because they're sort of similar colours. They sit nicely together, but they're all just a little bit different. You'll be familiar with them if you've watched Brenda and the Serial Starter, because Brenda is a big fan of the Scattered Seed samplings as well. And this is my piece of haul for this week. I got this from my lovely friend Chris, who was doing a bit of a de-stash. And this is by Not Forgotten Farm, and it's called Melancholy. It says, industry is the best cure for melancholy. So there we go. Right, let's have a little look at what's in the box. So this came through my door the other day and they did send this to me. They did gift this to me. So thank you very much everyone at Historical Sampler Company. And I just love their boxes. I just want to colour them in. I just want to sit there and colour it in. I could do a cross stitch of this design, guys. That'd be great. Right, so let's have a look and see. As I said, I hadn't opened this box at all other than taking this tape off. So let's see what you're going to get straight away. So some beautiful kind of, it's like a sticky backed paper almost. So let's undo that. Obviously it's not sticky all the, oh, it's sticky all the way down, but maybe only to itself. I really like that design as well. It's like doves in a circle with flowers. And then this is what we have inside the box. Whoops. So I'm trying to show you what it's like to get one of these and then I'll put the box down. So there is the pack, which is upside down. Happy Halloween Stitch Along, hosted by the Sampler Company. So we'll have a look in there in just a minute. Let's pop it over there. And then these are all the things inside. So let me put them down and I'll show you them individually. Ooh. So orange heart-shaped scissors, which look a bit like pumpkins. Love those. Those are great. Who doesn't love a pair of scissors, eh? And then, whoops, I've got a little needle minder in the shape of a ghost. Ooh, that is going to blow that out. So let me take that off there. There we go. It's metal, lovely needle minder. Now I have to confess to not using needle minders because when you stitch in hand, you don't really need them. You just tuck your needle in the selvage. And so I have a little tin that I just stick all my needle minders on, and I've actually got a metal tin tray just on the window there, or they go on there. Now these are fabulous. Some thread hangers. So we've got a spider, pumpkin, 2 pumpkins, and 2 bats, 2 purple bats. And actually there's 2 spiders as well. I just hadn't separated them out. So 2 spiders, 2 pumpkins, and 2 bats. 2 bats. Those are fab. What else have we got in here? Some sparkly thread, purple, purpley pink, metallic, lots of pokey out threads. Looks like it could be interesting. We know what we like about metallic thread. Not a lot. For those of you who are new to metallic thread, it is the devil's backside hair. Whoever makes it, it is the devil's backside hair. But it is a necessary evil sometimes. Ways to deal with it: just keep your lengths really, really short. Don't use big long lengths. It will shred like nothing else on earth if you do. But that said, I have never tried this. This is Rico metallic thread. So you never know. This could be the holy grail of metallic threads. Oh, a bag to keep it all in. I just want to stay home and craft. Well, that's about right. There we go. Nice bag to keep it all in. Fair trade cotton. Excellent. Fair trade cotton. Love that. And it's just a little drawstring. Now, ooh, well, that is beautiful. This is a nudge hoop, number 4. Look how thick that is. Isn't that nice? Now, I don't stitch in a hoop, but I like to display things in a hoop. That, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Love that. Could I wear it as a hat? I could wear it as a hat. We'll leave that there for a minute. And then we have, I'm going to take this off because that looks ridiculous and stuff. Some cookies. So we've got a ghost, a pumpkin, a black cat. Let's have a closer look at these. Now obviously I'm going to have to share them. What's the yellow thing? Oh, a haunted house. Is that a witch's hat? I think it is. And a witch's hat. They're banging. They're really nice. They're really nice. Maybe I won't try them. Oh yeah. Right, let's have a look and see what is in this black envelope. Now, as with all their stitch alongs, if you go for this pack, that's what you get. They also do a thread and a draw linen pack, and they also do a PDF on its own. So if you've got your own threads and you quite happy with that and just like to stitch the pattern, then you can do that. Ooh, so very, very similar colours as we would have thought. How do we, oh, and there's a needle in there as well. Let's pop that to one side. Now I have to say, I very rarely use the needles that come in kits, mainly because I really like size 28 needles, and most of the time the kit ones are either 24s or 26s, and I really like 28s, so I just pop them to one side and then pass them on to my mum. Look at those colours. If you were to produce a Halloween palette, that would be it. That would be it. Beautiful. And then some really nice linen. This is a 32 count, and it looks like a parchment colour or a cream colour. Not sure it'll stay that colour. You never know. I might have to do something with it. I do like to dye things occasionally. I haven't done any proper dyeing for years. I need to get back to it. And that's the size we get. I am so excited. The first part comes out on the 8th of July, so you've got plenty of time to join in if you want to. Now, talking of joining in, just a quick reminder before I go that I did have one other one somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it. As of the 1st of July, I am stitching strawberries for Wimbledon. So here are the ones that I've already shown you that I've got kitted up. So I'm going to make a start on those, and I'm just going to stitch strawberries for 2 weeks. I'm going to see how many I can get done. Now, I'll try and keep up with my sounds while I'm doing that and other little bits and bobs, but this is what I'm going to be working on. Eek. Can't wait. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Stay classy, stitchers.